Bombazo, Abusia, Alfredo Di Stefano Diaz, any Obrigado Sports. UEFA Champions League draw no abaye pensem mukakra na yeshia de we the analytical perspective. I think draw na ba. But me huni say Barcelona group no den groups ni nyina. Barca group no tougher. Afi Barca ebebre pa. And in as much as me jitu say Barcelona group no den, you know, I will not sit here and say Barca cannot make it from the group or Barcelona ain't me and qualify from the group phase. A big no. Barca ever qualify from the group phase. Either on be qualify automatic and also on be play off no. Every qualification a qualification. But I think you better share Barca opponent or more any more group near there. Then we talk about that. Then yes, you know, maybe Eddie Afrim any idea. Of course, Barca will meet a team like Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, Barca meeting Aston Villa, Sporting CP, Feyenoord, Galatasaray, Como, and Asaba. Manchester City. And then a BB IBB and even and then a BB IBB Crano City for Enzo Fernandez are more at neighbor. A new coach in the shape of Enzo Maresca. The core of the team is there, even though say some changes in their midfield any idea. But a team are Elliot Anderson or Ayub Wadi or Enzo Fernandez. You have a solid team to compete. A certain Erling Haaland, a Branton friend Jeremy Duku, El Honum, Antoine Semenyo for 14. These guys are there. Ombetimi how any idea. They have a solid back line, solid midfield, solid attack. Even though say a new manager and a better more able to me. Of course, a Paris Saint-Germain, a team to beat because Ushia Paris Saint-Germain they are the team to beat. Omono winning Champions League back to back. Obianye be in recent times. Internet say Barca Asia Paris Saint-Germain. Sa team na Luis Enrique building. I think say players kuma be na Efrim Bakola Eko Sanso and a player na the thing at the near can say Goncalo Ramos on Echo team and the thing at the AC Milan. Aside that, or the great additions apa, or the around friend Mickey Court apa brought in Ferran Torres Garcia. Dembele stays and solid team by all standard. So we check Barca almost strength how they can compete against these teams almost back like any area. Problem back what Barcelona unsolved the last season, last 2 seasons, you know, and in fact this season so many unsolved and almost had the starting season, you know. Barcelona they be a cancer team, you know, and Shadan yes sir. Barca will need a solid centre back before Barca can compete in the UEFA Champions League. Bona Inigo Martinez a boy, you know. That standard no page do you know. Last season we pay team back or brepa na a Barca. Every single game a Barca a boy to the time of Moody Free Champions League, you know. A be an Barca a concede goals. A catcher say na or more a problem with their back line. Me person maybe say can Barca rely on Gerard Martin alone? Christensen, Paul Kubasi, Eric Garcia Kunde, Obi to say Ronaldo Araujo, of course. Yebeshi Obi to say Jabi Espat, Alejandro Badi, Cancelo Mo on the left side, and Ayeshe Kunde and Eric Garcia. I think Barca need to solidify their center back, their defense, at least another center back, say Castello Lukeba Bimpo Neba, and Goncalo Ignacio Bineba, a solid. Of course, Barca Wardry in the midfield, Wardry Pedri, Omo Femin Lopez, McBena, Casas solid, Barca Nimono, even though Lewandowski call, Ferran Torres call, Omanya Julian Alvarez, but Karima Diame, Anthony Gordon, Mobetimi, Aban Ukos. Problem about Sawono the back line, just fix the back line and you are good to go any idea. So I think the PLGT will know a player stubborn at the Barca. Now we look at Aston Villa. The last time they won the competition was the year 1982, and the best performance in recent times were quarter finals. Osho almost squad they could of course, Omatun players in EP, Ama Omoko, the likes of Morgan Rogers, Emiliano Martinez, Chelsea, Oli Watkins, any idea. But you can't take anything from the Villa team. Omatopa, I feel share Omatoto, Nicola Jackson, Babekano, Omafa Leo Goreska, host of other players, making sure say Zion Suzuki, also able to me a solid team. But I think Barca be careful also in this particular regard. Sporting CP, you say Avrate, Omia champions Portugal, and the last time by the way in the quarter final. finals any idea omo wunyanchi captainship ni bi da and we players ekuto omo Goncalo Ignacio Pedro Goncalves Francesco Trincao any idea I think say omo any Barca a very interesting game any idea Feyenoord every ni competition won the year 1970 and urum our near can say Eredivisie our the Dutch Liga their team to beat Solida omo so a solid team I share him say omo ebetimi akonkode ama and omo United team ayakama so Barca Asia champion our Netherlands aye Feyenoord Barca Asia champions our Turkey in the shape of Galatasaray Sports Club omo nje competition be that the last time omo ya the power of the Champions League was the year 1989 and omo key players top players afioma topa Rantan Demoro Icardi Mo Victor Osimhen full house and so on ma on be try to compete at the highest level Barca ewa adwuma ye pa Como phone GB da by a team na says Fabrica Solar e built last season na a solid team ni ade I just say I feel so metimi akonkoden finishing fourth in last year aye near can say Italia Serie A na fluke team a wasakra wo Barcelona group num aye Saba for your monshada enya ade sa because o hwe omo ball e Azerbaijan ni ade a omo no they were the champions e Azerbaijan league ni ade but omo ball no nshada enya isa so I think omo ba be share Barcelona ne de PSG aye difficult for Barca Man City aye hard Aston Villa nya hard Sporting Gala Feyenoord Como and Shaba omo any Barca and Ebesia this year's Champions League so my initial assessment ewo Barca and Sani Champions League phase ni say it will be extremely difficult for Barca Serbia obetimi atop group na Serbia onya better position this year's UEFA Champions League group phase a lot needs to be done especially with the back line because Barcelona team na machino for far as the Champions League is concerned they score for fun but when it comes to defending there na a problem so I think Barca